Hey guys, so this is gonna be a build kind of video, not really fully finished build, but it's gonna be focused around Maw of Mischief new unique helmet, which is an interesting skill. It's like a channeling detonate dead. It functions almost exactly like detonate dead in terms of scaling, except it uses minions instead of corpses. So I did a full build with this. I used zombies as a main big hitters and then skeletons for kind of clearing, and I'm gonna talk about how I build this and the issues with the build, is it worth, and but first I want to briefly, I guess, complain. The performance issues are so bad for me this time. Maybe it's just a build, maybe our builds wouldn't feel that bad, but our builds also kind of have performance issues. I can barely play PvE. I could not finish this build properly because whenever I get influence map, my performance just drops to like 10 FPS, maybe even less, and I keep dying. I don't know what to do. I'm still waiting for October 8th when the Ryzen is gonna announce the new gen CPUs. Maybe the prices are gonna drop on older gen CPUs, and I'm planning on buying basically a new PC in less than 2 weeks. So for the next like 2 weeks, my builds are probably gonna be a bit unfinished, and I can hardly do return maps like this. It's like the most frustrating and saddest thing about PvE is that I can't really play it because the performance is just bad, and I'm not sure if it's... I know that it's partially PvE, and I'm not sure if it is partially my PC just dying or something. I don't know. But yeah, that being said, let's get back to this build. So the Maw of Mischief is a channeling skill which requires you to have minions. Also, it makes minions aggressive, which is a pro and a con at the same time, because one big issue with this build I had is that having minions spread out too much, and the Death Wish channeling skill just picks random minions. So let's say you have a boss, you summon skeletons around that boss, and skeletons just go out somewhere else to fight something else, and then you channel and target that boss, but it just picks random minions, and only a couple of minions explode and do little damage. So that's one big issue, and I guess you could try using Death Mark, but that's a wasted support gem because that doesn't give damage to the explosions, because explosions are not minion hits. Explosions from the Death Wish is exactly like Detonate Dead. It has two parts damage. One part is fire damage. You get more of it per level, and then another part is the explosion based on the minion life. And while Detonate Dead has bigger base fire damage but 6% of corpse life, Death Wish does have 13% of minion life as damage, but way lower base fire damage. And the damage effectiveness is also 100%. In fact, it doesn't even mention the damage effectiveness. So you kind of have to understand that it is 100%. Oh, another thing, the corpse, not the corpse, I keep saying corpse. What do you call it? Let's just call it corpse explosion because the zombies are corpses. The corpse part of explosion is not a spell. So you cannot scale with the spell crit. You cannot have like, let's say, fire damage added to spells would not affect the corpse explosion. And because this part of the corpse explosion damage is 13%, it kind of incentivizes you to build around minion life instead of like scaling spell damage and crit multi. Another thing, I did try to get a lot of gas speed, and my items are nowhere near min-maxed, and like I said, I can't really min-max because I'm just... Most of the currency that I get, I quickly spend on testing some other things not related to this build, so I'm always broke and always testing new things. So yeah, I try to get gas speed because channeling skills are pretty bad. Most people know that it's very dangerous to stand still and channel for even a second. It's especially in Heist. This build does not perform very well in Heist because summoning minions all the time, then destroying them, just channeling, it's just not good. The main issue of this build is clear speed and just overall clunkiness. You could make it less clunky. You could do it with Null's Inclination. To be honest, I can't remember exactly how you do it, but it's kind of complicated build, maybe too complicated, unnecessarily complicated, but it may work better for the glitch speed. You can also use casual channeling inside the helmet, then put some minion skill like summon skeletons, and then other support gems like, I don't know, Empower or Fire Pen. Casual channeling and skeletons would work. Actually, let me show you if I have skeletons. By the way, I do have levels 21 skeletons, but zombies are only level 19, and I'm only using level 2 Empower. So this can be a lot more damage, and the single target is actually, it does have quite a lot of potential. So here's how it would look like if I added casual channeling and skeletons. It does feel a lot smoother, but there's still this kind of delay before you even, well, summon skeletons, and you kind of have to stand still for even longer, because first you have to wait for delay for minions to be summoned, then they have less life, so you have to wait even longer to summon more to do more damage. It's just kind of weird. I do love the aesthetics of it, like Stygian spooky explosions. It looks really cool, but also kills FPS a lot. I don't know why that is. So you could do that, but you can also use like totems to summon skeletons or SRS or zombies. By the way, yeah, you can only detonate minions that can die. But for example, Arakalis Fang minions, those spiders, cannot die, so you cannot detonate them. You cannot also empower them, it seems, because this is like a two-part thing. The Death Wish also empowers the minions while you are channeling, giving them attack cast speed and movement speed, and when you release the channeling, then it does the explosion. Dancing Duo actually is not immortal and should work. I haven't tested that, but it should work. But I mean, there's no reason to do that. Now, here are a couple of things that I was doing to smooth the map clear. I was using Herald of Purity. Each time you kill an enemy, you summon another Herald of Purity, so you basically detonate Herald of Purity. If it kills the enemy, it summons a new one. So it's like an infinite cycle as long as you can kill an enemy with one explosion. But unfortunately, you only have 4 Herald of Purity minions. I believe you can get up to 5. But that's nowhere near enough. I mean, for clear speed it may be, but don't forget, minions are aggressive, so they just spread out across the screen, and you can't really focus too well. So it always feels like very scuffed clear speed. You arm one minion here, you arm one minion there, one explodes, it doesn't kill, you need to summon a new minions and explode again. It just feels very scuffed. So I also tried using Summon Phantasm inside the helmet. So I had Infused Channeling, Combustion, Summon Phantasms, and Fire Pen. Each time I kill enemy, I would also summon Phantasm. Unfortunately, Phantasms are ranged and they tend to stay away from enemies, so they often don't, when they explode, they don't reach those enemies, and they don't really have that much life. So that's another issue. It wasn't very pleasant build, but it does feel like it has potential, especially if you use zombies. Zombies probably have the most HP. You can actually play with Herald of Purity and boost their life quite a lot, but having only 4 of them, and against single target you only have 20% chance to summon on a hit, which is not enough, because like if you blow up 5 minutes, or on average you're gonna get back 1, and then what? You're still gonna have to use like skeletons or zombies. So the way I'm scaling zombies is, this is Necromancer went with that, and with Aukuna's Will. Aukuna's Will basically turns zombies into walking corpses. By the way, that's why I call this build Walking Dead Detonate. With Aukuna's Wills you also increase zombie life by 100%, and then this node also gives them another 50% increased maximum life because zombies become corpses. So plus 2 to minion skill gems would not affect the unique skill in the helmet, only the actual gems that you have. So, but it would affect skeletons and zombies, so it would increase their life. That's why my summon skeletons are currently level 25. And like I said, this is with level 2 Empower. And my skeletons currently have less than 12k HP, while zombies currently have 58, but they should be around 71k HP in the end. The damage with zombies is pretty good, and I do have Unleash in the same setup with skeletons and zombies, so I click once for skeletons and I summon maximum amount of skeletons and I can quickly detonate them. And then for zombies, when I have to deal with bigger targets, I summon zombies. Now here's the thing with zombies. Zombies are pretty bad for the clean speed because look at this. All of the zombies appear in a single spot, and if you try to be fast, you click unleash, you start channeling, and then boom, all explode in a single spot. So that's pretty bad for the clean speed. With skeletons, they kind of spread out a lot faster, and there's bigger AoE and better clean speed. However, skeletons don't have enough HP for like high tier red maps for the clean speed. They tend to not be enough to kill the bigger enemy packs, I guess tougher enemy packs. So it's really such a scuffed. I'm not sure if it's lacking a bit of damage. It's not gonna be performing any better than, let's say, Detonate Dead. I think Detonate Dead would feel just much more pleasant because you don't need to summon corpses all the time. I mean, you kill enemies, you create more corpses, you can keep detonating. That's one good thing. And for Detonate Dead, you can use like Spell Cascade, Spell Echo, and you're not locked in place channeling. It's definitely interesting and unique, but it's also it can be very complicated if you want to overcomplicate and automate as many things as possible with this. And I'm not gonna go over all of my items because, like I said, I did not fine-tune them. I'm missing things, and most of my items are pretty bad actually. So yeah, I'm gonna include, as always, path for building import code in the description. And on a passive skill tree, basically I went for the usual, well, life, minion life, and then some AoE, and what else, some cluster jewels. Oh, I did go towards the Undertaker, and you do get basically increased corpse life, which is basically for zombies. I'm not sure if it is worth it, but if you wanna go full min-max zombies, I guess you're gonna have to go there. I did not even anoint anything, so yeah, it can definitely be improved quite a lot more. Anyway, I'm not gonna make this video any longer. The next build I already planned, but I have not started yet, so it may still change. I'm gonna be doing something with the blunderbore body armor and the gull helmet. Basically, you get, if you combine these two, you get up to 50% increased maximum life, 50% increased AoE, and 50% increased generic damage, if I'm not mistaken. And you also get massive shrine effects. So if you pick up other shrines, you get massive bonuses. So I'm gonna be building, actually I forgot to buy another unique item. I'm gonna be building a Chaos Ice Crash. Yeah, Chaos Ice Crash Grid Slayer. And I think it's gonna be pretty decent overall. Maybe not too amazing, but should be pretty decent. It's gonna be a bit slow. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.